Come on, trout, show yourself on the electronics. Doing a little sight fishing here. Hey, we got a great one for you today, folks. I'm here in Central Ontario, and I'm in my winter boat. It's a luxury ice fishing machine called a Snobear, and I'm with Shimano field staffer Chris Giles for some awesome winter trout fishing here in Central Ontario. Stay tuned.
Coming up. Once the open water season has ended, we are faced with many months of winter. Nowadays, successful ice anglers are more mobile than ever. On today's show, Bob heads out in the ultimate ice fishing machine, the Snobear, fishing in Central Ontario with Chris Giles.
Nice little lake trout.
Then we talk to Tom Licken, the man behind this great invention. And then it's off to Southern Ontario to Lake St. Clair for perch fishing with Eric Hodgins.
Lake St. Clair perch, huh?
Stay tuned as we travel the ice in comfort.
Not a giant, but so much fun. Here comes. Whoa! All right. Whoa, man. Whoa! Oh yeah. All right. Whoa. Look at that big laker. Yeah. That thing is a monster. Oh, big.
The Real Fishing Show with Bob Izumi.
Oh yeah. All righty.
The Real Fishing Show.
Oh, that's huge. Nice one. Hell, look at the size of this fish. Oh, man. All right. All right.
Bob Izumi.
Oh, man. Woo-hoo. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, an absolute monster smallmouth. Look at that. Whoa.
Real Fishing is sponsored by Mercury, #1 on the water, and Tim Hortons.
Now that's what I call a real fisher. Well, it's officially Groundhog Day, and if I was a groundhog, I wouldn't come out in this warm February slushy day. I'm here with Chris Giles. Chris is from Peterborough, Ontario, and Chris is a fellow Shimano field staff member and tournament angler. And Chris, you and I have never fished together up until today.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I can't wait to fish with you again, though, because, man, you're a keener. You know how to catch them. You know how to find them. And tell me a little bit about how our day of fishing has been going. It's been great.
Yeah, the fishing's been pretty good. A little bit smaller than what I'd like to see, but lots of fish, lots of action. We're just fishing breaks and points and mid-lake humps, and using variable size different baits and stuff, and it seems to be working okay.
Well, you know, when it comes to fishing lake trout here in Central Ontario, or whether you're fishing in Quebec or Northern Ontario, fact is there are hundreds of lakes to fish, and we've been moving around today, courtesy of this Snobear, covering a lot of depths. That's been really the key, hasn't it?
Yeah, this morning the fish seem to be up shallow, then they move off, and we're fish a little bit deeper water, and being able to move around the Snobear definitely helps.
Yeah, anywhere from what I'd say high 20s to 60 feet depths today. And what can I say? It's been a lot of fun. Let's have a look and see how it went. You can see on the Lowrance graph here that I had a fish right on bottom, and then it just came up, Chris. You can see how it just came up after the tube and then went back down again.
Yeah, he gave you a little tease there, eh?
Yeah, come up, looked at it, and then went down.
There's one there.
You got him?
Yep, you got him again. Sorry, man. They're just they're right down there. It's a small one again, but we're going to get some good ones here.
All righty.
So,
He's putting a clinic on. Oh, yeah.
These are nice little trout for sure.
Now, are these fish here natural in this small lake?
There is some natural, and there is some stocking in this lake as well. So you can tell if they're stocked, they'll have their fins are clipped.
Right.
And this one here, you can see it has all its fins, so it's a natural fish.
Oh, good stuff.
Not the big one, but nice and Nice colors. And
Yeah, I bet you a fish like that's probably still several years old.
Yeah, they take a long time to grow. That's for sure.
And you're always releasing them, are you, when they're that size?
Yeah, I hardly keep any at all. I just like catching them.
We'll be right back after this.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
Closed captioning is brought to you by VoterExam.com.
My neighbor, Mark Alford, will do anything to get on video. This lake is very large, and he has to punch a hole basically in our front yard here. And there it is.
Atta boy. Good work.
Rock bass. Anything to get on video. Oh, missed him.
Get ready. Hopefully he comes back. Yeah. He come right up off the bottom for that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Isn't that something? Oh, he just dinged it again. You believe that? There we go.
All right. Good job.
Oh, no, I lost him.
3 times? Uh-oh.
I don't know if he comes back now. He is not a bright fish.
All right.
I can't believe I lost him. Well, I can. Hey, it's winter. It's middle of winter, you know, a little rusty. You know, and speaking of rusty, certainly the equipment we're using isn't. I think it could be the operator error in that case. But I've got a Stratic reel. It's a size 1000. I spooled up with some 6-pound test green Fireline. And I've got trilene fluorocarbon as a leader on there. And I'm running an 8-pound leader. Look at that. It's right there.
Yeah, he's right there.
Come on, baby. You're using a smaller reel.
There he is.
You got him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
That's the small one.
Now, you're using a smaller reel. You're using a new size, a new 500?
Yeah, I have it. This is, I just switched up here. This is the 750 Symmetry. And,
oh, yeah. Now they've just, oh, nice one. Good stuff.
That's getting there. Come on, little fella. Yeah.
Yeah, they discontinued that. Now they've got a number of 500 size reels, which are perfect for ice fishing or brook trout fishing.
Yeah.
Look at that. A little jig and spoon. You switched up, huh?
Switching up, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's a bit mid-range size there. There's definitely bigger ones in there. Just cool looking. Look at that. Torpedoed right down.
Good stuff. Well, I think it was the one I missed. What do you think?
Very possible.
Now, do you find that Lakers travel in schools or not?
Some of them will. Some of the smaller fish will travel in small packs, but some of the bigger fish seem to be by themselves. But they just seem to be constantly moving. So
I'll tell you what, that was pretty cool. And, you know, one thing, too, is you really want to match your tackle. And I was talking earlier about, you know, the line, 6 or 8 pound test line, whether you're using like a fuse line, you know, fire line or straight fluorocarbon for that matter. The key is a nice action rod. Now, these are more, I would say, medium action rod. And there's a fish on bottom, so I'm going to lower this
I'm not
down
going to
right
drop
now.
this down.
Look at that. And you want to just have that rod, you know, action so that it matches the type of hook and bait you're using. And these, you know, these got some backbone to them, so you can get the hook set. We're not fishing real deep water. Some of the lake trout fishing I do is, you know, 100+ feet of water, but this is shallow lake trout fishing here. You know, I'd say that transducer's down a couple of feet, so it's probably 25 feet deep, I guess.
We'll fish here for a while, and then we'll go out into the little bit deeper water, into the 40, 60 feet water. But you got to match the tackle for the size of the fish that you're catching. Some of the lakes that I fish, there's not really, you know, big fish up there. You know, 7-pound, 8-pound fish would be a good size fish. And we've caught them, but chances of getting a 15 or a 20 would be pretty slim. So
you want to just downsize your tackle for the smaller size lake trout, and maybe even lighter line, lighter rods. Look at that. Oh, come on. You're going to drop down something different and catch them. I know you are. There we go.
Right on.
That was so cool.
That's awesome.
That's called sight fishing with the Lowrance.
Good job.
33 feet deep here. That is just too cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff. Nice little lake trout. Alrighty. That was so cool. Now, that little stinger hook that you got rigged up here worked good.
Yeah, I'll try a few different things on those and tie up a little stinger and put some little hair on there and stuff just to mix it up, just to give them a little bit different look. That's all.
Alright. Not a giant, but so much fun to actually sight fish them and catch them by using your electronics and graph. I'll tell you what, this is awesome. Okay, baby. See you later. No problem.
That's how important sometimes electronics is, eh?
Oh, it's incredible. It really is incredible. It really is. You know, we're going to keep fishing because this is just way too much fun. But Chris, I just want to say thank you, man. This is just awesome.
No problem.
You know, it's just great fishing. I think it's neat to come up here into Central Ontario. It's a small lake. There are hundreds and hundreds of these types of lakes to fish here in Ontario, with thousands of those types of lake trout to catch. And you know, you were a little disappointed we didn't catch one bigger today. You lost a good one a few minutes ago just when you were walking around checking some holes out. But the fact is, this is still good fishing. I mean, I don't know how many we caught today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think between the two Snobears, 8 or 9 fish.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all,
Nope.
especially for, what is it, February 1st, or is it?
Yeah,
Or 2nd or 3rd?
First week of February, somewhere
Right
around
on.
there, yeah.
Not bad fishing at all. Well, I think we got to keep fishing though for a while.
Up next on Bob Azumi's Real Fishing Show.
15, 20 minutes explaining what you had, and so decided to get into the business.
This tip of the week is sponsored by Coleman.
Hey, we're here at the Spring Fishing and Boat Show, and I'm in the G. Loomis booth with Mike Verhoof. And Mike, you're part of the G. Loomis pro staff and field staff. I'll tell you what, they make the finest fly rods in the world. Let's talk about people that have been coming in the last few days. What's the most common question you get asked?
Number one question by far, if they're new to the sport or they want to try the sport, is, you know, what rod should I get? When they look at a booth like this and, you know, we have dozens of rods lined up here, which one should I start with and what are we going to do with it?
So what would you suggest if somebody's, say, going out fishing for 2-pound fish? What weight of fly rod?
Right. So when you get into the smaller fish, the 2-pound range, 2 to 4-pound range, you're looking at a 4 or 5 weight rod.
Okay. And now, how about learning how to use it? What do you suggest?
Number one, without a doubt, is go somewhere where they're offering free casting demonstrations, someone that's experienced that can show you the basics to get you from A to Z in a shorter period of time than trying to go home and do it yourself and get nothing more than frustrated.
Well, you know, the funny thing is there are a lot of people that think the fly fishing is a true art, and the fact is it's very easy to do. I think it's as easy as picking up a spinning or bait casting rod, and it's all timing. It's letting the rod and the line do all the work, and it's nothing about muscling, is it?
No, not at all. It's a true timing thing, and it's not near as challenging as it looks. I always like to relate it to the sport of golf. Everybody can walk up and hit a golf ball eventually after some time and spinning on it. It's not that hard.
And when it comes to the different lines of fly rods that G. Loomis have, what do they have for the people to look at?
Oh, excellent question. That's the nicest part about G. Loomis. We basically have an introductory series, we have a mid-tier series, we have a high-end series, we have a specialty series, we have steelhead, salt water, better yet, our two-handed spey rods that we offer. We basically cover everything that you would want to fish for around the world. G. Loomis has a rod specifically built for that.
And one of the great things I've noticed in fly rods too, a lot of them are pack rods, so that they're 4-piece rods. So you can take them now in standard size luggage.
Absolutely.
And not worry about a big long rod too.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well thanks Mike, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it.
There's no question that the future of ice fishing has arrived with the Snobear. It's the ultimate all-in-one ice fishing machine. This unique idea was the brainchild of Tom Licken from Fargo, North Dakota.
Back in the day, I used to move my permanent houses around on the lake trying to find fish. And it always took a full day to move a house around. And you're always fighting the elements, always fighting the deep snow, always fighting the bad weather and slush and everything else. And it just got to be, I thought there had to be a better way. The first vehicle I built at home in my garage, in my two-stall garage. I pretty much had the whole garage tied up for about 2 years while I was building it. It was constructed of aluminum with a steel chassis. Actually very much the same as this vehicle right here. It was a good concept vehicle. And when we had the vehicle out on the road, you could have just well been pulling the space shuttle behind you when you stop at a bait shop. You'd be there for 15, 20 minutes explaining what you had, and so decided to get into the business.
The power behind the Snobear is a Zenith 4-cylinder fuel-injected engine. Top speeds are up to 24 miles per hour. Under the Snobear's body, you'll find a dual Max Trax track system with 2 large skis to provide responsive steering. The patented hydraulic acrolift raise and lowering system is one of the Snobear's most impressive features. When fully up, it's time to get mobile and cover some ice and snow. Once you reach your fishing spot, pop out the covers in the floor, drill the holes, and with a flip of the switch, the whole unit lowers 14 inches down to the ice. Then drop the sealing sleeves in to keep the wind and cold out. They also keep the holes from freezing over. Some of the features include a propane forced air furnace, deluxe seating, carpeting, and optional fold-down bunks, just in case you want to have a siesta or stay out all night. Mobility is the key in many forms of ice fishing, and now you can have it all with the Snobear.
Stay tuned for more real fishing after this.
Yeah, I saw his mouth open up and eat it.
Let's take a look down under with this week's Fish Eye View, sponsored by Mercury, #1 on the water. Nearly every sport has an off-season. For anglers, November through December is considered time out. Because fish are cold-blooded, dropping water temperatures slow them down. In many cases, they can stall out completely. Unfortunately, those big autumn runs are most affected by this changeover period. Eventually, once ice forms and temperatures level out, they acclimatize and resume feeding. Falling temperatures also drive fish into deep holes, where they often assemble in staggering numbers. It's frustrating to witness steelhead, whitefish, and other species that refuse to hit. Regardless, there's a way to turn this around. First and foremost, only head out on bright, sunny days. Even in sub-zero weather, sunlight will raise water temperature, and that's the key. An increase of a single degree is enough to activate them. It's like a tonic to the fish. It's also a solid fishing pattern. Keeping with this, our best advice is to sleep in. Plan your trip to be on the water during midday as temperatures peak. With an eye on the weather, it pays to be flexible any time of year. If you head out when the going's good, rather than only when you can, you'll enjoy a winning season that just won't end.
Hey, glad you could join me. I'm down here at my old stomping grounds in southwestern Ontario to do some ice fishing. We're talking pretty cold today. It's about 4 degrees Fahrenheit according to the thermometer on my rear view mirror. But Lake St. Clair fishing is alive and well, and we're going to be in the comfort of a Snobear. Should be nice and toasty in there. I thought it would be fun to check out the perch fishing out of Mitchell's Bay with my fishing buddy, Eric Hodgins. Okay, what do we got here? Oh yeah, good one. Alrighty.
Look like dinner?
That looks like an edible one to me. We've been working pretty hard out here today. And what's that?
What's the waxworm?
The old waxworm.
Oh, a little better. Not good enough yet.
All right. Definitely one for the bucket, though.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, if you want to put it back and embarrass me on national TV, put them back.
I mean, I like to eat, but that's a little ridiculous.
Okay, put them back.
Come on.
Put them back. I mean,
You sure?
I just don't know how good the fishing's going to be today. Oh, yeah, look at this.
Nice fish.
I looked down,
You watch him eat it?
yeah, I saw his mouth open up and eat it. I'm running 1 pound fire line on here, and it's incredible how thin it is.
Well, with these little light jigs, you're best to run as light of a pound test as you can. You put a better action in the jig like that.
Mm-hmm.
The heavier the line, it's more stiff, and you don't get much action on your jig at all. But that's a nice fish.
As another fishing show on TV would say, that looked good in some hot oil, wouldn't it? I can't say that. Well, as always, we had lots of laughs out on the ice. From central Ontario to southwestern Ontario, we covered plenty of ice and miles in a few short days. We definitely weren't roughing it fishing out of the Snobear. Hey, we'll see you next week right here for some more real fishing. That looked good in some hot oil, wouldn't it? Yeah, all right. This is a big fish. That is a fish of a lifetime. Well, that is just amazing. Look at that thing. Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh, man. Woo. That was too cool. Oh, man, what a fish. Look at that. Yes.